The gods are watching.
This is the gods are watching live. I know we just finished, but we back. A couple, well, I ain't gonna say a couple. One goofy nigga showed up, and another nigga showed up. So we got kind of a more full cast, not a skeleton crew now. Me, Brandon, and Ojo held it down for episode 4, and now I want to get these guys' opinion on a couple things that we brought up. But go ahead, we ain't got to stop what y'all was talking about. Go ahead.
They didn't let me know that y'all were live, but I don't know why. I got no notification.
That's what Taylor. That's the same thing Taylor said last time.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Katie and Brian, is that what we're talking about?
No, we were talking about why it's so difficult to get you on a live stream.
We live, Ojo.
So difficult?
Yeah.
I said life, man. It's just life, you know.
Okay, and my response to that was,
don't you put me in the middle. Don't you put me in the middle, nigga.
Life can possibly be whooping your ass so bad to where you can't live stream. We do this on a nightly basis.
Where are my hats at?
Offline. So now you want me to believe that all of a sudden life is just so bombarded you to the point to where you can't talk an hour with your niggas? I don't understand what's happening. Explain, please.
You know, like I said, man, it's just
you
life.
Depressed?
It's just life.
If you depressed, let me know.
No,
you know, I'll send some bitches over there or something, you know, to get you where you need to be. You know,
don't let them know this is not a safe space.
We'll send you something from Detroit. Since you love Detroit women so much, we'll send you something from Detroit.
I mean, I'm not the only one that feel like that. I've been telling y'all that.
What you been telling us?
Look at this nigga with the segue.
All right.
What you been telling real quick, like, you know what I'm saying?
What you been telling us?
Before we even transition, because that was a good segue, but I'm not. No, the spotlight is on you, nigga. We pulling up on you, nigga. I ain't thought that was gangster, nigga.
Shit happens, nigga. That's all. Shit happens.
I'm trying to figure out, you know, why after the stream you got so much to say, but while we live, you know, you in the corner somewhere, like Darth Vader, you in the dark part of the room, nothing to say. But afterwards, you got so many opinions. What's going on? What's happening? That's all I'm asking.
Say, bro.
You know, just like I said, man, it's just life.
No,
life be life.
I don't accept that. I don't accept that.
Life just be life, man.
Nah.
You know
you were one of the most combative and argumentative people that I know. Now, I'm gonna need you to keep that energy.
Let's go.
Stop playing that same energy.
All three of y'all.
When it's time to keep that same energy.
I ain't gonna say it no more.
Yeah.
Put some respect on it.
I ain't gonna say it no more.
You understand me? When y'all saying my name, put some respect on it.
We finished it. We done.
You ain't pull up on Yo Gotti like that, nigga. Nigga, I'm pulling up on you, nigga.
Man, just
I got something to holler at you about too.
You know,
after the show, Red.
All right.
You learn so much, bro. You learn so much about different things, and you learn. Like.
Hey man, let me ask you a question, bro. I hear you, and I hear you, and I love you, brother. Let me ask you another unrelated question though.
Mm-hmm.
Is your motherfucking ass scared of this podcast, dog?
Who is? Who is?
My bad.
Who is?
Yeah.
What's crazy?
Yeah.
You is.
Yeah.
Me. This
boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no 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 way, boy.
Are you scared? I'm honestly asking. Are you scared of this podcast?
Who's scared, bro? Who's scared? Who's scared? I'm not scared.
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
What's happening?
Oh my God.
I see what it is. All right.
I mean, because if you are, nigga, you can
when
say
I
it.
start shimmying, When I start shimmying,
If you are, you can say that.
my nigga ain't scared. What are you talking, man?
Because you
Nobody
flaked
scared.
the last 3 episodes.
That's not true. What are you talking about? 3?
Nigga, they're recorded. We got the episodes.
3.
Who cares?
3.
Let's pod. We have everybody on. Why are we checking it right now?
Because I want to know. I want to know. This is a part of the pod.
It was one impromptu. It was one just like you was like, let's lock in for this one real quick. And that was when it was just 3 of y'all. And then life just happened tonight. You know what I'm saying? Life just happened tonight.
Just tonight?
Life
it wasn't just tonight.
Like
it wasn't just tonight.
Like you just mosey on down the road and then
I know.
you pop out of nowhere.
You just go and buy some movie tickets when you already have previous obligations. I know. You just go and cop them tickets after you told your homies that you would be somewhere at a specific time, at a specific place. I know. I get it. That's what's up. That's peace.
It's Denzel, right? You told me Denzel was a great actor, so I had to call audible real quick.
Is that what it was?
What do you need Denzel? Yeah, Denzel did it.
All right.
He told me he leave it here with something.
Okay. All right.
Oh, damn. Do I got it on here? Let's see if I got it. All right. So the first order of business. Yeah, I do got it.
Bullshit ass clip.
So the first order of business is Cam and Mase.
We can't hear.
There's another place.
Detroit.
Detroit.
Let me reload.
You ever been on your travels before you were married?
I know I said Miami earlier. Probably Detroit is another place.
Detroit.
Yeah. For real.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm Detroit. Detroit, baby. Detroit, man. Before they made it to no-fly zone?
Yeah, before the no-fly zone, Detroit was crazy.
Yeah, Detroit, man. You are. That's a good call.
Good call.
We're the best looking women you ever.
All right, so Cam and May said that they love Detroit women is essentially what they were saying. And this comes off to the heels of us talking about, we were talking about whether or not a 10 in Detroit is the same as a 10 in a place like Miami or Toronto, or let's even say Brazil or some shit, who knows, where you have a much higher concentration of very, very beautiful women simply because of the locale, like how it's like a touristy spot that usually brings people and in a place like that, like Miami, for instance, is a place where the ceiling for money is very high, right? So in turn, it's like a natural phenomenon that kind of attracts people that are beautiful because of that, right? Would you agree with that at least, Edward?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think a lot of beautiful people go to places like LA, Toronto, Miami,
New York,
Colombia, shit like that. New York, yeah, because it's so much tourism. It's a attractive spot in the world.
Yep, it's warm.
And we were saying that we think because of the averages and the way that math works, me and D in specific, we're talking about how we think a 10 in Detroit is only like a 7 in Miami.
False.
I didn't think that either.
False.
Ojo agreed with Edward. What you think, Brandon? I don't remember what you said.
I think it's different, but I think it's different. I think a 10 is in Detroit is different than a 10 in California.
That's wild.
So what? Tell me why. Tell me why you disagree.
Why is that wild? Please explain your rhetoric. Yes.
So I'm sorry. Before you go, I want to make it clear that the reason that clip of Cam and Mase is important is because there are two men that have traveled the world, right? These are two niggas with money. They've been rich for 30 some years. They done been all over the world. They done seen all the baddest ones everywhere they go, and they said Detroit. Unprompted. They didn't know that we had this conversation prior, and I also don't think that they knew that they was going to catch fire like that on the internet because all the girls from Detroit started reposting that shit. So, go ahead. I'll let you go now. My bad. What was you saying?
Well, just simple. It's not about the math. If it's about the math, it's more so about the number. Like Detroit itself has only 700,000 people in it, 600,000 people in it. The metropolitan area has 4 point some odd million, somewhat like that. So if you compare that to other cities, I think it's Detroit metropolitan area is like number 8, number 7. There's somewhere right there, somewhere in there as far as like population of metro areas, like New York, obviously, New York, Houston, Dallas, LA, Miami, probably not Miami.
I don't know about Miami as far as their metropolitan.
No, I don't think so either.
I don't even know what they are.
Like Chicago, that's another. Like these places just have more people. So if you want to say more 9s and 10s, like numerically, they're more there, then I agree with you there. Like it's more women, so it's more chances. The better the odds that there are more beautiful women in those more heavily populated places.
I understand that logic.
But a 10 is a 10, no matter where that 10 is.
So my argument is this. I don't even know what Derek's argument was, but my argument was this. So the way averages work is that the more of something you have, like let's say everybody in the class gets an A except 2 people. And if you was to do an average, then that means A's would range all the way from the 10 all the way down to the 2, damn near. Like from 2 to 10 are A's. And then all the grades that fall below it, because there's so many A's.
Okay.
Like that's how averages work, right? So if you go to Miami and it's just bad bitches everywhere, then it seems like the scale would shift because of it. You know what I'm saying?
But it's like essentially he's saying the same thing you just said. It's per capita numbers that you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree with you.
Oh, I clicked the wrong one. My bad.
I agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree with you.
Y'all saying the same thing, just in different ways.
Yeah, but I think the biggest thing is that a classic is a classic. You talk about music. If we say something is a classic, it has to be able to stand up to other classics that are, like if you say Reasonable Doubt is a classic, and then Ready to Die is a classic, you can't really distinguish. They have to be able to stand next to each other, right? Just trying to give an example. If a 10 is truly a 10, if she is really a 9, that 9 carries anywhere. If she don't carry the 9 somewhere, or she don't carry the 10 somewhere, she's not a 10. And that goes from Detroit to Miami, Detroit to LA, Detroit to New York, or New York to
Mozambique,
Detroit, or New York to Miami, or New York to LA,
to Guyana.
So do you think
everywhere?
So is there a such thing as a place having no 10s? Or is the 10 just the best?
No.
I'm saying theoretically. I'm not saying literally. What I'm saying is, if you were to take all of the most attractive women out, are you saying that no one would be rated a 10? Is a 10 a particular look, or is a 10 just the best that's available? Is what I'm saying.
It's a particular look.
Okay. All right.
You have to have a look. It's not what's available, because what's available still can only rate up to an 8.
That's what I'm saying.
Because the baddest in Gary, Indiana say Janet Jackson never got famous. Let's say Janet Jackson grew up to be what she was and look how she looks. Just trying to give an example. I know she probably don't look that way if she just stays in Gary, Indiana.
Right.
But let's just say she grew up and became what she became, how she looks, Janet Jackson would be, well, wait, let me say this. Do you think Janet Jackson was a 10 in her prime? Do y'all think Janet Jackson was a 10 in her prime?
Pretty close.
She's probably like a 9, right?
Yeah.
She's a 9 in Gary, and she's a 9 in Detroit.
She's a 9 in Gary, and she's a 9 in Miami.
Okay, so I have a question. At her prime, her absolute prime, what was Delicious?
Delicious, like Detroit, like the IG girl. I mean, oh, you mean back in the Flavor of Love days?
Yeah,
She's
what
probably like
was
an 8.
her?
She's probably like an 8.
An 8 in Detroit?
No, she's an 8.
You think
I
that
don't
she's an
play
8
the
in
city
Detroit
card.
though?
I don't play the 8 in Detroit. No, she's an 8. She's probably an 8. And 7.75 of that is body alone.
So she's an 8 in Detroit.
She's an 8. She'd be an 8 in New York City too. She'd be
As
an
well
8
as
in
Detroit.
Atlanta.
See, I don't think so.
As well as Detroit.
Yes, she would, bro. Yes, she
I don't
would.
think so.
Yeah,
I don't think
she
so.
would.
I think
Yes, she
Delicious
would.
is in Detroit. She's an 8 for sure. But when you start putting her in places like Miami, where even the baddest ones got somebody that looked better than them, you got to be like, okay, well, if this bitch this cold, and then there's 10 other hoes right behind her that look even better, maybe she ain't a 10. I thought she was a 10, but she really a 9. So if I have to put her on that scale, she's not a motherfucking 8.
Well, maybe my view of her is inflated, and maybe that's skewing what you're saying right now, because I think like she don't have the best face.
I'm talking about her
You
prime,
know what I'm saying? But no, I'm talking about her prime too. I'm talking about back in the day. Maybe my view of her is skewed, and it's like maybe she's really a 7. Maybe she's really a 7. Maybe she's just a 7.5 because I think like Beyonce is an 8.
And then it all goes to what
you know what I'm
you think is a
saying?
10 too.
Huh?
It all goes into what that person individually you think is a 10 as well.
Yeah, beauty. Yeah, but yeah, but at the same time, like we know who's a 10. Like 10, it ain't that many 10s.
You just said you think Beyonce is an 8. Some people think she's a 10.
But she's not. There's no scenario where she's a 10.
Some people think she's a 10.
I know, but she's really
Plenty
not
of people do.
Yeah, but she's not a 10. She's not
that's
a 10.
you.
Yeah, but I mean, beauty's an eye.
Just like you just said,
it is subjective. It is subjective. I understand what you're saying, but if we had to sit down and like really gauge and judge people, like there are some people that say, like, some people will say Beyonce's a 10, but there are other people that will say Bria Miles is a 10. And I think more people will say Bria Miles is a 10 than they say Beyonce would be a 10.
I don't think so.
But
really?
That's beauty in the eyes. That's the same thing.
Not more people. No. I think Bria Miles is bad as hell. I don't think more people. Like, do you know how beautiful, how much people fuck with Beyonce?
I know he would. Yeah, but
Bria Miles dark skin.
That's everything, but besides her beauty.
And that's a good point too.
What?
Bring a picture up.
Bria Miles is super dark skin, brown skin. So that alone is going to eliminate her from so many demographics.
That's my bias. That's my. I love dark.
I love brown skin. I think Bria Miles is fine as hell. I'm about to pull her right now, Ojo.
But it's the fact that colorism.
Yeah, skin. I mean, yeah. So, but maybe that isn't a good example. But maybe who?
That's her right there.
Click another picture, please.
I need another picture because that face is.
That nigga ain't like that face.
She is.
I don't think so either.
Her face is not. Don't get manly or nothing like that. She is a very gorgeous woman. Click that one right there. Right there. So
with the abs out.
Second row.
Abs out. Brown dress.
Yeah,
with the
that
abs
one right
out.
there with the 2-piece. Yes.
It got smaller.
That's crazy. You
click the one with the yellow. Click the yellow dress with the facial expression.
Top right here.
Yeah, that. Yeah. Damn, I can't.
They getting so small. Hold up. Let me see if I can zoom in. They not really letting me zoom in.
Go zoom back out.
Yeah.
And go all the way to the top. And go to tools.
Tools?
Yeah. And go to size and just do like the big. Yeah, gotcha. Large. There you go.
Gotcha. Got to be able to see her more clearly. I think she's pretty, but I also think she has I think black people would find her more beautiful, than I don't think universally she would be found to be beautiful by most white people. And I think that's because of African features and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah. Well, I'm not really. I guess I'm not talking about them, to be honest with you. I'm really kind of keeping it.
But then a 10's not a 10.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, then nobody's a 10 because based upon who the color of the person that's judging it is going to say, you know, that she's not a 10 or that she's not like. You have people talking about Taylor Swift is beautiful.
She is beautiful.
No, the fuck she ain't.
I think her face is beautiful, but overall, I'm not that crazy about it.
I wouldn't say I'm necessarily attracted to her, but
she walks at any country music festival. You wouldn't even. She's a normal girl. She's a normal girl.
What's her name?
Taylor Swift.
I don't spelled her fucking name wrong. So I just want to get an example. This is somebody that I think, American-wise, people are going to think that she's beautiful.
Yeah, they think she's beautiful. She is not. She is like a 5. And there are
face-wise,
overall, she is a 5.
Now look, I'm not even that attracted to white women overall in general. Like I am, but not the way that I'm attracted to black women. And I think she's beautiful in the face.
No, thank you.
Let me go back. You don't think that picture right there, the IMDb picture on the top row, is pretty?
No.
What you think, Ojo? I can't see your face, so I don't know if you're saying something.
You can't see.
I wasn't. I was on another screen.
Okay, right.
What you think?
I think she's
like Matt Rife.
Oh my God.
She don't get it from me. She don't do
I think that says more about Matt Rife.
Oh my God.
She don't do it for me.
Man, I think she pretty, dog. I don't have.
Hey, you want to see close to a 9 or a 10? Bring up Margot Robbie. There you go.
Ojo not gonna like her either because Ojo has a deep seated. Hold on, let me find her.
For who? For who?
How you spell her name?
Margot. Margot Robbie.
Is this Harley Quinn? Yeah.
Yes.
Y'all can see this, right?
I know what
she understand. Is. Like, what we...
You think Taylor Swift is ugly, and you think this bitch is killing her?
Okay, all right. That's why we can't even talk about this. Like for real, we can't because now we're not even.
I want to know what Brandon think. Brandon is probably going to be the least biased
because it's subjective. Everybody thinks something is beautiful. You can't just judge and say a 10 is a 10.
Yeah, but some things we agree on though. Some things are easy that
evidently not.
Evidently not. Yeah, that's a fact. Because it's like, so you think she colder than Taylor Swift
by light years?
What?
Light years.
I don't think at all. I think she's pretty, but I don't think she better looking.
She's prettier.
I think she better looking than Taylor Swift.
And overall, just the personality, what it seems like.
That is a fine white woman. She's like a pitcher of lemonade.
Fine white woman.
That is a fine white woman.
She's a fine white girl. She's a fine white specimen. No, she isn't.
Y'all niggas is tripping, dog. Hold on. Okay,
I'm with you on that. The other chick
at the bottom of what Travis Kelce has ever dated.
She's at the bottom. I'm with you, Brandon.
In the basement.
Other chick Edward, I'm with you. The other chick got her beat.
Okay, so who do you think is universally beautiful that everyone would like? Kelly Rowland?
I mean,
I don't know.
Kelly Rowland is her. But again, like you said, universally, because people are gonna say,
look at that.
Because she dark skinned, she's gorgeous.
Look at her.
But people gonna say because but what did y'all just say? She's brown skinned, so she's not gonna be appreciated the way.
Right, but she's brown skinned with non-African features though. She don't have African features. She's like an Americanized black woman. And that's what white people like.
Yeah, she's like a white black girl.
Yeah, exactly. She don't have big giant lips and a wide ass nose and shit like that. That's not
right. She ain't got she don't have wide hips.
They'll probably like her.
Right, her booty ain't huge and all. Right. So white women, it's easy for white people to find her universally beautiful as opposed to Bria Miles, who kind of has more of a African centric look.
Mm-hmm.
And I think somebody like Kelly Rowland is the type of woman that I think all people would find beautiful, as opposed to somebody like Like when I think of people like Shakira, I think she's beautiful, right? But I think people of her ethnic group would find her more attractive, and a black man might be like, I'm not into that. As opposed to,
I think Shakira's attractive. I agree with you there.
Like what's a universally beautiful white woman that you think all men are attracted to? I'm just asking your opinion.
White, I think.
What's the girl that played Wonder Woman?
She's fine. I can't think of her name.
Why am I drawing a blank on her?
Maybe you will remember it when you see her face.
I know she is. Her.
No, I know, but I'm saying. Say it again.
Gal Gadot.
Yeah, Gal Gadot.
Yeah, Gal.
She's
I don't think
she's mixed. I don't think she's a straight blend.
You might be right.
She's pretty, but I don't think she's better than Margot Robbie.
I don't think so either. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
It all depends on the day and the makeup, huh?
I mean, shit, if she got the Wonder Woman shit on, then she might got a shot. But you know,
so who else? I can't think of nobody else. No white woman.
Universally, like her.
Because I think Ojo is right. I don't even think this girl is all the way white. I don't know.
No, she's not. She's like
Wait, what's the question again?
She's Middle Eastern or something like that. Or
what?
I forgot.
What I'm asking is, can you think of a white woman that would be universally beautiful to all races of men?
I know white people love Jenna McCartney, but I don't think she's all that. I think
what's the one girl name? It was like 3 girls that looked just like each other.
Margot was one of them.
Katy Perry was one of them.
Oh, yeah.
I would think it's Margot Robbie. I would think, but maybe another one like back in the day. I would probably say what's her name that did that scene in that movie where she crossed her legs.
Oh, you talking about? I know who you're talking about.
Not Usual Suspects.
She was in
Point Blank. It's not Point Blank. Golly.
She was also in Casino.
I gotta hop up in a minute.
I know who you're talking about.
Rothstein's wife.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of her name.
Maybe back in the day. There she was right there. Her name was up there.
Oh, I didn't even see it. My bad.
It's good cast. Sharon Stone, maybe back in the early '90s. Sharon Stone. Not her now.
All right, I'm trying to get to it. My bad. So,
Basic Instinct. You talking about?
Basic Instinct. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sharon Stone.
Yeah, that's the scene right there.
Yeah, that's the scene right there. Maybe her. I don't know. Oh, what about Britney Spears back in the day? They all loved her back then. They all loved her.
Huh? What's Rihanna?
You can play
she's not white, but
who?
Well, what Rihanna is?
I was gonna say, what is Rihanna? But then I was like, well, she's not white, so never mind.
I mean, you can give her a rating. What would you give Rihanna?
Eight and a half.
I want to hear from Ojo. You lived in Chicago and you lived here in Detroit.
This is what I
don't think Rihanna's just not walking in here.
I'm walking not around. This is what I feel. This is what I feel about ratings. I think you will never be able to say someone's a 10. You can only give them a 9. I think you can never say somebody's the lowest. You can only give them the next to the lowest. So I think there's a ton of 8s and 9s out there. A ton. I think beauty is different for everybody. They like what they like. I remember you said something about this or a gummy bear. What was the gummy bear chick?
Blonde gummy bear. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. She might be the best white woman of all time.
Oh my God. No, what? This nigga said the best white woman of all time. Dog.
Ooh,
it is not that deep, cuz. She all right.
I mean, she all right because of them pictures.
Yeah, pretty much.
You put her in the fair in some overalls.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. You're right.
In a
She
white
ain't gonna be
shirt,
all
you
that. I
probably ain't
feel
gonna.
you.
Yeah.
But Rihanna,
You just gonna be
at
Becky.
8.5.
No. That's not what I'm
No, I was just.
Me.
We wasn't talking about that.
Oh,
I was
okay.
just asking Ojo, what do you think? I was asking him because he's lived in Chicago, he's lived in Detroit, for large chunks of his life, and I was going to ask you, just specifically you, what do you think of the pool of women that you've seen in your experience in Detroit? I mean, you've been here for 30 years or something like that, right? 25 years.
Well, I think I had different mindsets. When I was in Chicago, I was more segregated, clipped up, posted in the holy city. But I think every city has beauty. You cannot just say one has more over than the other.
I think Detroit got beautiful women too. But the question really, obviously I think that. I done dated some of them, but what I'm saying is it a difference when you go to a place like Miami? Because you've been with me.
Absolutely.
It's a difference because you've never been there and never seen those. As soon as you go somewhere else, it's a difference because you've never been there and never seen those.
You know why you never been there, you never seen those? Because topography has a lot to do with how women look as well. Location has a lot to do with how women look as well. What women eat here, they're not eating in Miami. The way they exercise and move around in Miami, most women in Detroit are not exercising like that.
Women in Miami walk around and ride bikes and shit.
Exactly. So you're looking at a totally different type of woman. That's why I say a 10 here isn't necessarily a 10 in Miami, because a 10 here might not even get the same type of body type. Your body type makes changes depending on where you are.
That's
right.
Your views.
We can all agree to that. Your body changes and shapes depending on where you are. So if a woman here might not even necessarily see the type of toned woman who got her body tight and together in Miami like that. Not saying that they aren't here. I'm just saying it's a difference.
But
you've never seen them here.
But you're including a segment of woman that isn't a 10. That's the point I'm making. The 10s keep themselves in shape. The 10s watch what they eat. The 10s walk around. The 10s go to the gym. So what you're talking about, the ones that just relying on their shape, that isn't a 10.
No, I'm not. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about women that rely on their shape. I'm saying that when you go to Miami, that's the standard there for women. It's not the standard in Detroit.
But we're still in agreement. There are more there than there is here.
Well, yeah, of course.
Based on per capita. Based on per capita.
I agree with you.
Right.
I agree with you.
I've never seen a 10 here look like a 10 in Miami. That's me personally. Y'all can lie about it. Y'all want to.
Y'all ain't no lie for me.
y'all can name a 10 here, please. Somebody. That's known.
I don't think it's any that are known. I just think that you gotta be lucky enough to see one. They're like finding Mew on Pokemon Go. Like it's just.
I seen some women in this city that was 10s.
They exist though. They exist.
You seen one with your own eyes?
Yes.
That you would consider a 10 in Detroit?
Yes.
I have.
Where were y'all at when y'all seen them?
I was at the gas station.
I definitely have too.
I saw a girl at Fox Theater that I think about. I saw a girl at Fox Theater that I still think about every day. She was so cold. Oh my God. But anyway, I think there's 10s everywhere. I'm not saying there's no 10s in Detroit. I'm saying that I think the scale has to shift because there's so many bad ones in these cities where people just are known to congregate.
There are no 10s.
And that's what I'm saying. If you got to do that with her, you can't. She's not a 10.
Hey, Edward, you know who Crystal the Doll is?
Who?
Crystal the Doll?
Pull her up.
I'm about to do it right now.
Tubi chick.
Yeah, Tubi.
My wife knows who she is.
Her.
I've never seen her before.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you don't be on Tubi like that then, because she's like the Tubi queen.
Yeah, she is.
What you think of her? Looking at her though,
is she? Okay.
Bring her back.
she from Detroit.
I think she's probably like a 7.5, 8. She's pretty. Maybe a little too short, but she's pretty. I like to. It's kind of hard for me because I like taller women. I like taller, bigger women overall. So it's like I don't like short girls. That's just my preference. So,
Joe, did you see that picture?
I saw it.
What you think she is?
Oh, he's what he said. Oh,
rating wise, she's probably she's probably an 8.
That's about
Did you hear what I said about 10s?
Yeah, I don't think he was here.
You hear what I said about 10s?
No.
I can get no one a 10.
You said you can't?
No.
No one?
So basically what he's saying is he don't think there's a such thing as perfection. And there's always somebody prettier than whoever you talking about.
Oh, so y'all saying there, so basically you consider a 10 to be perfection.
I just think you can't see a 10 because you haven't seen everything.
What do you mean?
You haven't seen everything. You have not enough data.
Like there's always room for improvement. There's always something better out there, even if you don't know where it is what you're saying.
I mean, well, we can even if we take that even if we take that idea. So now a 10 is just based on what you've seen. So you
now
can
you're
judge
saying
off what you're saying.
So now you're saying a 10 to you is what you like. 10 to Red is what he likes. A 10 to Edward is what he likes. A 10 to me is what I'm like.
I mean, if you're saying that beauty is subjective, that's a pretty
Is that to you? Or
that's a world view, I think. It's somebody that might be beautiful to me. Like prime example, a lot of people will say Kelly Rowland is a 10. I don't think Kelly Rowland is a 10. She's not a 10 to me. I don't put her up there on that level of a 10.
Is she an 8? Is she an 8? 8 or 9?
I would give her a 7. She's a 7 in my eyes.
Wow. Okay.
See,
but
you feel like you like.
It's just, yeah. I mean, that goes back to types,
and,
you know.
And Derek is saying, you were saying, Miami has a certain type of caliber. Miami, look at this weather situation. That plays a part into it. Look what the Midwest has to offer.
That's what I'm saying.
But you've never been to Ethiopia. You've never been to South Sudan.
Right. So I'm basing it off what I've seen. I don't care about me not being in those places. I'm making my judgment off of what I have seen. I'm not thinking about, what I have seen. I mean, we could do that with anything across the board. There's a lot of unknowns out there in just about anything.
So saying that I cannot say Miami has the baddest, or what were we saying? A 10 here is not a 10 in Miami because I have not enough data.
My question to you though was, are you in your mind is a 10 basically the perfect woman, like the perfect being visually, physically? Is that what that means to you?
It would have to.
I would say a 9 would be, yeah.
So a 10 is picture perfect, basically. No flaws, no nothing.
No, I think you can't get flawless, but it'd be as close to a 9 will be as close to 9.5. Like I said, no 10 is there. I would never give anybody a 10 nor a 1.
You said
no, he's just saying theoretically. He's saying theoretically a 10 would have to be perfect if you're saying it doesn't.
Did you just say you can never give anybody a 10 or a 1?
Because I've never seen the worst. There's always somebody out there that's worse.
I've seen some. I done seen some.
I done seen some ones now.
I done seen some ones.
That's
I
for
think just,
sure.
just on Instagram
Well,
alone.
let me say
I
what.
ain't seen nothing else. I done seen some ones.
So
I done seen some
let
ones.
me change that. Let me change that. I would have to say anything lower than a a 3, they're all trash. You understand what I'm saying? It's no point even going lower. They just eat goods.
What's the lowest number y'all dated, y'all think?
Lowest number I would date, is that what you're saying?
Or have.
This nigga got off, dog. That nigga said, he left, dog. He got the fuck out of there. He got the fuck. He said, nope, I'm out here.
What is the lowest number that y'all have been with? Go ahead. What's the lowest number? Go ahead and think about everybody that you ever been with.
Why would you do this?
What is the lowest number? Because I just want to see. I want to see where niggas' minds is at.
The lowest I ever been was a 6.
That's the lowest you ever been with.
Yes.
Is a 6.
Is a 6.
I call boy. Where my cap at?
But how you gonna tell him what he think?
6. Gerald,
how you gonna tell him?
Wait, why are you saying that because of somebody specifically you're thinking of?
Gerald has seen.
No, because I don't even know nobody. I don't even know nobody.
Has seen my work. You can ask Gerald.
I mean, he only dated 2 people in his whole fucking life.
Then you don't count.
Not true. That's not true. Whatever.
You've been married for 12 years. You only 28 years old, nigga. Shit.
Yeah, you don't count then.
Shit.
I definitely count.
No,
I definitely count.
Like Ojo said, you don't have enough data.
You up there.
You don't have enough data.
You talk. Tell him. Out of what you've seen.
Okay, I've only seen you fuck with 3 girls.
And out of those 3, what in those 3, name them.
I mean, so I don't know if your wife can hear me, so I'm not gonna say that. Sophia bad as hell, and I mean, I don't even know what the other girl looked like.
3 is not a lot.
But at least there's data.
There's a little bit of data.
There's a small amount of data.
6, like I think the lowest ever dated was a 6, the lowest. And
all right, what about y'all other 2 lowest?
That was it.
Don't do it.
I know. I'm not talking about you. I said the other 2.
Oh, me and Ojo.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think the lowest I dated is like a 5.
Wait. Okay. Hold on. Are we talking about dating, or are we talking? Do y'all think I'm asking you about dating, or do y'all think I'm asking about bust downs?
Are you talking about all of them?
Who I was with? I'm talking about
all of them.
Who was my girlfriend?
Not dating, not relationship.
Who was my girlfriend? He said, "Who's my girlfriend?" Right?
No. He's talking about
you ever bust down.
No, because the one ugly girl that I'm thinking of, like super ugly, I didn't end up doing nothing, so I can't count her. Nothing happened.
Why was you with her then?
It was just a lonely, dark night, bro. It was
just one of them days.
You asking too many questions. Why are you asking all these questions?
All these questions.
It was a lonely night.
Jesus Christ.
So
I would probably say the lowest number for me maybe been you talking about everybody, dog. Ooh, Jesus. I'm trying to remember.
I will love a woman.
I might have to say
it's controlled.
I would probably say a 5 or a 6.
Yeah, It's a 6. It's a 6. Yeah, 6. 6.
All right. It's a good survey.
I have I have taste. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really like, I just don't mess with everything I see or come across. I got a certain type of
I mean, I'm kind of the same way because
I have a certain type of thing that I'm not gonna deviate from.
So I was watching this show.
Hold it. I'm not to interrupt. Answer the question? Question provider D. What's the number?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
3.
3.
Yeah, I knew. See, I did that.
You should have had that dude up there telling us.
That man is a barbarian.
3.
That man is a barbarian. I knew that.
Hey, there was a point in time in my life where.
Oh my God! Wow!
Yeah. That's what I said afterwards. Oh my God! Wow.
I need to get my life together. I need to change some shit around because this is getting out of fucking hand. Why the fuck is she here?
Why?
What am I doing? Yeah,
and you don't even drink. You know what,
dog?
Let me take that back. Dog. I might have to say a 4 or 3 because I drink and I just remember some stuff.
Dog.
Yeah. Now we get into the heart of the matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I never drank. All of my relationships, all of my connections with women were conscious. I feel like in the beginning, especially when I was so young and my self-esteem was so low, it made me aim low because I didn't think I could get the baddies. And then when I started getting the baddies, it changed my entire approach. Like, I can get this, so I'm not going to go for anything much less than this. So I started fucking with girls that I found attractive. That's why I went crazy and I was losing my mind outside because I realized that my power, nigga. You know, and that's like I haven't been able to come back from that. Now, like I said, in the last few years when shit got dark and lonely, I started shooting low because it was like low-hanging fruit. It was easy to get. But nothing happened though. Because I couldn't go through with it. I couldn't.
Couldn't go through with it is crazy.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. Couldn't go through with it because I've been in some situations where I'm looking at tomorrow. Tomorrow is in front of my face. Literally. The edge of tomorrow is right here.
The edge of tomorrow?
And I'll be like,
oh, I just thought of one. Probably 4. 4.
I cannot take the shot. I have withdrew and cannot take the shot before on occasions.
I did go through with 1. And I'm not ashamed.
I think Edward is hiding a 2 or 3.
But I believe him. He ain't had the nigga he been locked down his whole life.
That you know of.
Stop saying that.
You have.
Stop saying that.
You was with Sophia for like 6 years, and then you got out of that relationship. You was fucking with a couple girls during the relationship. Then you got out of that relationship and got married.
Whoa. That's not true. That's not true.
Nigga, do you know who I am? You know I was there, nigga? You can't, no, you don't even know the fucking shortcut. You know I was there, nigga. I watched it happen. But the girls, I just thought about another girl that he fucked with. Edward is a picky ass nigga. Now, I don't know about, you know what I'm saying? Like when we weren't talking, I don't know what you was doing, but you was married.
I was married during that time.
So
do you remember Keisha Cole?
You talking about from FedEx?
Yeah.
What's her name?
I'm not gonna say her name.
I don't know her. I didn't know her. That's the girl I was saying. I don't even know how she looked. Because I think that was before I got there. But this nigga been locked down in relationships all this time. So I don't know. He ain't never been no outside type of nigga. He always
locked up.
Yeah, he always been locked up.
Won't let me out. All right.
But I you know, I've been outside a little bit. I'd probably say the lowest I've been is 4, but I got some of them ones now. But all I'm saying is, I don't know. Like I said, I think Detroit got some beautiful women. And it's interesting to hear these niggas from New York and niggas that been all over the world say what they saying about Detroit women. And that they're not the first people I heard say that.
You know what? You know the reason why I would think that they saying that? Because you wouldn't expect it.
Yeah.
Until you came and saw it for yourself. And it's just surprising at a place like Detroit that you come across it. But you know why I would think they would, another reason why they would say Detroit, because Detroit is a very what do I want to say, like a people front they whole lifestyle in Detroit. They gonna put on, they gonna come out with their best, they gonna invest their last in this outfit, and then they gonna go home to no lights, no food in the refrigerator,
and noodles and cereal and shit.
Everybody do that, man. It happens in every city, everywhere.
I'm not saying it doesn't. Detroit, you know what I'm saying. Detroit, hair capital of the world, right?
That is a fact. Living somewhere else. Hold on, wait.
But do you understand what I mean by that?
Detroit is the what capital?
The hair capital.
Yes.
Oh.
It is a fact. It is a fact. Seeing it somewhere else, it is a fact.
So do you know what I mean by that? That they put on, it's like there's so much women here, I would think, more than anywhere, are more worried about their external look and that whole front.
Mm-hmm. Which would lead towards.
Here's another thing I want to say before we move on. Is that I've been talking to niggas before, right? And they be like, I was fucking with this bad bitch. And then I see the bitch and I be like, this what you was talking about?
Yeah.
All right.
There's beauties in it. Everybody got a different vision.
No.
Everybody got a different vision.
What look good. They just don't know what beauty really is. They just don't know. They just think because she got a big ass, some hips, and a long wig, that's pretty.
Yeah, right? And I don't think that's pretty. That's just. But to his point, yeah, it's subjective. It's like beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
But I think any man will be like, damn, she was bad. She was bad. Like, and I ain't talking about just regular bad, like bad with like she's pretty, but she got the teeth where she been sucking her thumb and her teeth kind of go like this.
Oh my God.
She got a body. No, that's not a 10. If she got if she don't have no chest or no behind, no nothing, but she's got a pretty face, that's not a 10. But if she got everybody would just know, and it's kind of unspoken. If you're somewhere and you're in the mall or you're in you're in a bar or something like that, you just know, like, damn, she is bad. And everybody is trying her. Everybody's trying her. You just know that she's a 10. And it's not even really it's a standard, but it's also it depends on that person in particular. And it's not that many of them. It's not that many 10s. It's not that many classic rap albums either. It ain't that many. It's rap been around. I mean, hip hop and rap been around what, 40 years, 50 years at this point? 50? How many classic albums you think it is? Universally acclaimed, less than 30?
30 of them, yeah.
Less than 30, yeah, 30 or less. It ain't that many. How many albums have been released every year?
That's the same thing as beauty. Sound is in the eye. What you think is a classic is what everybody else
think is a classic. There are gonna be people who say that Reasonable Doubt isn't a classic album, but it is. And we're not talking about the people over there. We're talking about the people that here. We're not talking about the extremes. We're talking about the culture has stated that this album is a classic.
The culture.
So do you think that's what I'm about to ask? Do you think there's a such thing as something being universally accepted as okay, here's the thing. an athlete being a great athlete is almost subjective too. Like, plenty of people don't like LeBron, and he has the numbers to kind of prove his worth, right? But there's plenty of people that still don't like him. But because the culture of basketball have accepted him to be a great, do you think that it solidifies him as a great despite the detractors? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, because you can apply that same argument to KD. They hate him too. But you cannot deny this nigga's skill. You can't deny his.
What about Russell Westbrook?
Now, see, I have a bias towards. I really can't speak on him because that nigga's
bias.
Trash. I'm just sorry, he's trash to me. He's not trash, but he's not that good to me.
All right, come on, let's move on. Let's move on to this next topic before we get too deep into the night. Oh damn! I really hate that they do that. They got that motherfucking repeat that loop on. But anyway, so in the last episode we were talking about this topic. We were saying, what should a man have accomplished by the age of 30? And it stemmed from me watching something. I can't remember what. I can't find the clip for shit. But it was a woman talking about what she thinks a man should have accomplished by 30. And they were talking about dating. It was in that realm, like, she expects the man to have done this or to have amassed this amount of wealth or some shit. So first, I just want to ask Edward and D, what do you guys think? Where do you think a man should be in this day and age? Not in the 60s or not the 90s, but today, where do you think a 30-year-old should have accomplished? Whoever wants to go first.
Go ahead.
Somebody who's 30 years old, I think that they should have. They should have about at minimum $50,000 in their 401k or some kind of IRA. That's not hard. That's not hard, especially if you're doing it, if you're working at 18, 19, 20, 21, 10 years. That's not hard. If you had $1 in the stock market in the beginning of the last decade, you have 3 now. That's not hard. That's literally like, I think it's what, $100 a month? That's $100 a month. That's $25 a week. Niggas spend money on stupid shit all the time. Like how much money was spent on nothing? How much money was spent on True Religion jeans from 2012 to 2015?
Billions.
I like the time is over with, dog. Like I'm not making no excuses for nothing.
No. Hold on, slow down though.
All right, I'm sorry.
You're 37 with that mindset. What I'm asking though, is what should a nigga have accomplished by 30? And you have to account for the fact that they have to grow up mentally during that window of time. Because when I think about myself up to 30, like I didn't have that mindset. I should have had that mindset. Yeah. And I'm not even making an excuse for it, but I'm just saying the average 22-year-old is not thinking like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't either. I understand that. But you're asking me what we should have, what a man should have accomplished.
Okay, let me frame it like this then. What should a woman be expecting a man to have for her by 30? Like what should a nigga have accomplished in the realm of like being a provider or whatever? Should a nigga have a house? Should a nigga have his own business by 30?
I don't think I think a house is out of the realm of expectation.
Nowadays?
Yeah, I think it's out of the realm of expectation, I think. Because it's so expensive. It's so expensive, and unless that man, this 22-year-old man is in college, going to be white collar or some kind of skilled blue collar, like I don't know, it should be, to me, like if you want to frame it like that, he should have his own place, own car, and like 6 months of emergency money, and like just the baseline stuff, like just that, like just you're not riding a bike and you're not riding a bike to work in the rain. Like that's kind of like the like it's just got to have a baseline. Like that's the baseline.
He has to be living on his own too, right?
Yeah, he has to be living on his own. Well, no, I don't see, and that goes by where you at too. Because I mean, it's kind of hard to say. You could be if you live on your own in LA, you got money. If you living on your own in New York, you got money. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of that's kind of skewed depending on where you live at. But if you just have shelter, transportation, and income, I think that is a strong indicator of like this guy is moving in the right direction.
What you think, Derek?
To your question earlier, I don't think a woman should expect anything from a man at age 30. The only thing I think a woman should expect from a man at age 30 is loyalty and have great character. That's it. Because at age 30, a lot of men, the wealthy ones, don't even come into their wealth until they're past 40. A lot of wealthy men that end up being wealthy and creating wealth or obtaining wealth don't even get that until they're past 40 years of age. So I do agree that it is situational and based on where you live. Depending on where you live, it can heavily dictate what you have by age 30 and what you do not have, what you can afford and what you cannot afford. But I do agree that there should be a baseline. And my main thing that I think men should have at age 30 is an idea of where they're going. Like, you don't have to have, everything figured out, but you should have a baseline idea of where you're trying to go and some idea of a plan on how to get there. I'm not saying the plan has to be, fully fleshed out. I'm not saying the plan has to be already in motion, but you should have been taking steps towards that plan and towards, in putting certain things in your life to set yourself up for success in the future. So I think by age 30, I think if you have the right mindset, because you just said that you didn't have a mindset at age 22. I didn't either. And even though I was married at by 22, I still did not have the mindset of my finances need to be in order. I need this. I need to have this in order. I need to have this in order for my family. Mm-hmm. And I think a large part of that is just the culture and how we was brought up. I think if we changed the culture around our youth to where thinking that way at age 22 it's no longer an oddity, it's no longer an outlying thought, that it's the main thought now.
It's the norm.
At 22, we told, go out there, have fun. That's what we told. At 22, go out there, have fun, saw your O's, bust down whoever you want to bust down, run ragged through the streets. And we set ourselves up for failure so much at doing that, telling our young people that, so we need to change that. I think it's a cultural shift that needs to happen. It's a cultural change that needs to happen. We need to start at 16, 15, 16. We need to start drilling it in, youth heads, boys and girls, that no. At 21 years old, you need to be setting things in line. You need to be able to work hard, have a plan, and you already know what you're going to want. And if you know what you want in the future, you need to be at least putting blocks in place so that you can step on to get to that level. So that's what I think. I wouldn't say it's a set, thing that you should have by age 30. But again, there is. You should at least have an idea.
So me and Ojo and Brandon were talking about this, about an hour or two ago. And Ojo, once we got to the end of the discussion, Ojo flipped it. He said, go ahead, Ojo.
So what do you think a woman should have accomplished by that same age?
By age 30, I feel like a woman should have accomplished marriage. I do. I think the woman should have, or at least have an idea of who her lifelong partner is.
By 30?
Yeah, I do.
She should say it one more time. I'm sorry.
I feel like a woman by 30 should either be married or be in the realm of getting married at age 30. by age 30. I feel like the mental mindset of a woman at age 30 should be, you already know who your dude is. You know who he is. You done probably already met him. You done probably already ran into him, or you probably already been around him at some point. Because a lot of people end up marrying high school sweethearts. Not obviously not everybody, but chances are you done ran into a good man somewhere between the ages of 18 and 30. So women, it's different for them because nobody cares about their career for real. They only care about that. I do think that women should have some form of stability by age 30, though. I think that they should be stable as well. Because one of the dudes that be talking about Yada awakening, and one of the things he always tells men is, or women rather, is that you should never women should never date a man if that man can't take them out of survival mode. And my response to that is, men should never date a woman in survival mode. You shouldn't date women in survival mode.
What is survival mode?
Survival mode is they barely making it. They don't know where the check is coming from tomorrow. They can barely hold themselves. They can barely take care of the base, whatever we're saying, the baseline things in their life. Meaning
their defenses are up all the goddamn time.
Your defenses are up. Yep, your defenses are up. You're broken emotionally. You're broken from past relationships. You're broken from the popular word that they like to use, trauma. You're just broken from all of that. You don't have any, like I said, you don't know where the check is coming from tomorrow. You don't even know whether you're going to be able to pay rent. You got to figure out, oh my God, every day is you on edge about how you going to get this rent paid, how you going to get this paid, how you going to get your car note paid. Nobody wants it. I don't want to date somebody like that. I do not want to, no, that's survival mode. You're barely surviving. And now you're looking for a hero. You're looking for a nigga with a cape. So I think the answer to that is, men shouldn't even date women in survival mode. Let them stay out there in the wilderness where they at in the forest and survive until they can get their shit together. Because how can you expect, it's crazy to me to expect a man to have some form of competency, life competency, right? But when it comes to you don't have that. And now all of a sudden you dependent upon a man to provide those things and to provide the basic things. Like, no, we're not doing that. No, you set yourself up for failure every single time.
As a father, Brazil, what do you think a woman should have? As a father of daughters, what do you think a woman should have accomplished by 30?
I think she should hopefully focus on the career and is working that career, because we age differently. Men and women age differently. We look for different things at different times in our life, and we definitely think each other. Well, I ain't gonna say that, but I think men look for different things from different women at different periods of their time. Like I'm gonna look for somebody. If this woman is at this age, I'm gonna expect this from her at 30, or will hope, or I will be checking. Me personally. I'm checking for this. This is what I'm checking for. Can't speak for everybody, but I would think they would be on the career path. Definitely not in fight or flight mode, survival mode. The part about being, what'd you say? They should know the guy they go marry or something like that. What were you saying?
Just that I think a lot of women pass up. That was my overarching point. Is that I think a lot of women pass up the dude that they were supposed to marry by age 30. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of them come into contact with really good dudes, really good men. Like I said, between 18 and 30, that's at least 12 years, that you've been out here. And I think at some point you probably ran into a good dude somewhere that you probably should have married. But for whatever reason, you chose not to. Maybe you wanted to explore. Maybe he didn't check off all the boxes on your little list or something like that. But yeah, that was my overarching point.
I think a woman, if she's in her 30s, hopefully she will have her some savings. Like I said, she got her job down. She's at her career stage. I don't think she's searching no more, or she's transitioning. She came out to that and she's transitioning into career mode. And this is probably what she's gonna do for the rest of her life. Now that don't mean that there are exceptions, but that, and as well, I think she, as much as I don't want to use the word independent, she should have hopefully she knows herself. At this stage, she's familiar with herself, what she wants, what she needs, her worth, what she could bring to the table. And I would think she will be in that mind state of it's time to, I guess, get into family mode. I would say she's into family mode by that time.
That's kind of why I agree with what he was saying about basically a woman, should have some sort of idea who she's going to marry, or at least the type of man she's going to marry. Something, I don't know.
Well, the type, you know what you want at that stage.
Yeah, because I know plenty of women in their 30s that don't have a fucking clue.
You should know what you want at that stage.
And that comes to being familiar with your
age 30. Don't still out here looking like they have no clue about what they need in a man.
And that comes to me saying you need to be familiar and you should know yourself.
Absolutely. I agree. Absolutely.
I don't want to say I advocate for women being married before 30, but it's like I'm kind of afraid to take that stance because it's such a blanket statement. But I damn near want to just go ahead and put my feet on that, because you looking in your 30s and 40s, I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it looks a lot different. You know what I'm saying? And I think while you're still fertile, while you're still beautiful, I'm not saying you ain't going to be beautiful ever again, but we all know that them 20s, they be right and tight.
We just saw Lisa Ray complaining about, complaining. God. We just saw Lisa Ray complaining, and she's what, 40 years old?
Lisa Ray was complaining about what?
She was complaining about, not having a man now, or the type, I would say, the type of man that she's looking for, the type of man that she needs. And,
she just got divorced though.
Yeah, and she's got some grandiose ideas of the type of man that she needed, and she went on this whole long soliloquy of, he needs to be rich, he need to be this, he need to be that.
She said that?
Month-long vacation.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it.
I didn't know she said some shit like that.
You know who she just got out of divorce with? The kind of guy?
Yeah, he was rich than a motherfucker.
That's what you think?
He was the prince of he was Prince of Turks and Caicos, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. What's going on, Infinity?
Infinity Gaming. What up? What you found? But I thought he had some financial issues that ultimately led to their downfall.
No. They broke up because he was cheating on her like a motherfucker. That's
Oh, okay. I thought it was something else.
I didn't know until I saw this interview where she was talking about all of these women that were around her that was basically banging her husband, thinking that she didn't know, but she knew the whole time. And she was talking about Dwayne Martin, weird ass, or whatever his name is, the dude from her show, All of Us. The nigga Will Smith that everybody keeps saying Will Smith was hidden. You know who I'm talking about, Brazil?
I know Dwayne Martin,
yeah.
He was in that movie with Tupac.
Yeah, a butter
rim. Yeah.
They were saying that he was hanging around with her husband, and she kept telling him to stop. I don't fuck with you. Stop coming over here. And he said, if it ain't me, it's gonna be somebody else. And she was like, what?
It's crazy. That's wild.
Anyway.
Yeah, here's a small. I found a little small snippet. Of course, there's a full interview. I don't know how long the interview actually was in its entirety, but I found a little snippet from TikTok, so I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up.
It might finish that damn interview. Her, Vivica, both of them delusional.
Vivica Fox is who I thought you were about to say. Because she like, I'm ready for a husband now, bitch, 58 years old, talking, I'm ready for a husband now.
Ran through.
Right, you done been ran through by the whole East Coast of the industry, and now you ready for a husband. I don't understand that. And that's why I'm saying I think a woman should be more close to that goal. If that is her desires to be married, she should be closer to that goal much before 40, much before 30. And I think what he said is true. I agree with that. By the time a woman is 30, she done already came across a few good men, more than likely.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? She hasn't. She just in the wrong places.
Yeah.
She in places where she ain't supposed to be at.
And
I came across somebody that's decent, at least decent.
It's something about me that attracts broken women, and
maybe she could have been just focused on her career, wasn't even trying to, want to get herself right.
You think that's a good idea?
I don't know. Who's to say?
Yeah, but I mean, but it still doesn't negate the fact that you came across somebody that's decent. And it's on you to realize who it is when they come in front of you, when they're right there. If you miss the shot, like if you miss it, I mean, you just miss it. How many women you came across where you think like it could have been like, oh, that could have been a good woman? How many women you think you came across that you didn't end up dealing with, or even ended up dealing with, but you just never pursued it because you were just you weren't in that space to recognize who she was or recognize.
I've been in all of those
you were just too focused on the present and the now versus what she'll be in 5 years.
I've been in all of those situations.
I think I have too.
But I'm just saying but from me,
oh wow,
you're gonna run into somebody. Like that's why you gotta always keep your antennas got to be up. You go run into somebody eventually, because it just the law of averages. I mean, it's more them than it is us. And if you're outside, I mean, you're going places. You're going to meet people. Hell, you might meet her. Are you gonna shoot the shot, or are you just gonna like?
I wanted her, so I still want her, but she got a little boyfriend now, and I don't like it. Lisa Ray.
Gerald, are you gonna shoot your shot at Cash Doll?
Oh no, I don't want her. I just want to smack. I don't want to be with her. So here it is.
Where am I at?
Let me tell you something,
girl. I don't want to hear him. I don't know who this is.
If I'm going to these restaurants just for lunch meetings, and it takes you your whole check to take me there, I don't want to stress you out. You cannot hang with me. You are still wanting a vacation for the weekend. I vacationing on holiday for the month. We are not going to be able to make this work. I'm world traveled. I'm well cultured. I'm talented. I'm successful. I'm domesticated.
You got all that because of your husband.
You get all these things. Don't
you was diamond.
As well? Do you check the boxes for me?
You got a rhinoceros upper lip.
Oh my God.
She got an opposable finger on her lip.
And rich. If you still trying to play it off and trying to figure it out and all of that, you kind of you just getting a little bit of say, let me have that, and let I have one too.
Now Lisa, right?
Man, that sounds super
superficial.
Yeah.
Ignorant.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Superficial, ignorant, all negative, delusional, gold diggerish, delusional.
She just so happens to hit the lottery. If she wouldn't hit the lottery, she wouldn't have none of that stuff to say.
Yeah, 1 in 357 million. Okay. She hit it once with the dude that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. She hit the lottery. That's why she talking that big shit. But you ain't gonna. Chances are you ain't hitting the lottery again.
No, you ain't. Not at your age, you ain't. If you were still diamond, you probably had a few shots at you had a few shots to get what you're looking for. But at 58, 62, 65, the coach of the noon, you know Bill Belichick, right? You know how old the girl he dating? He got divorced. You know how old she is? She's like 21.
Yeah, but she in there for the money.
The point I'm making is that he's 70. They're in the same generation. Bill Belichick and Lisa Ray, they're in the same generation. He's 70, she's in her 60s.
He could afford
Bill Belichick, who is a billionaire, a millionaire.
He can afford
not searching for Lisa Ray or women Lisa Ray's age.
Right.
She's not getting that guy. That guy's she need to be looking at a plumber, a retired plumber, or a retired like keymaster that makes a lot of money.
Keymaster.
That's the wrong woman.
Yeah, that's not her. Lisa Ray McCoy is her name. There you go. Lisa
57.
Ray McCoy. She is 60, bro. She thinking of somebody like LeBron. She thinking of somebody like Blake Griffin. Well, that's random, but Blake Griffin. Like she thinking of people that got that kind of money. She said Holiday. Exactly.
Infinity Game, it says no 21-year-old really wants saggy balls without money.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, that money opens up them options. You're right.
It sure does.
Well, Derek froze up and fell out. He had a clip to show us and all that shit, but I'm going to just move on. I don't know when he's coming back or if he's coming back. But for the last topic, I guess I want to get your thoughts on this Drake versus Universal Music Group shit. You know everything. We talked about this earlier on the earlier live stream, but you know all the happenings, Edward?
I don't know all the happenings, but I've listened to a few clips and watched a few things. I don't think this is people are going to take this like he's trying to get back at Kendrick for this. This is get back, but this is clearly he's using that as the stepping stone to sue them. Like it's not really about Kendrick, it's just about what Kendrick did. See what I'm saying? So
what they used him to do, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think I forgot who said this. I forgot who said it, but it's like UMG did this to drive his price down or something like that, or make it. I think it's just, and he might win. And who cares if? And I saw Maul say $2 billion. I saw Maul and Ian say it's $2 billion he gonna sue for. Who cares if he gets $2 billion? Who cares about the culture?
So
who cares about being not like us at that point? It's about $2 billion.
I'm gonna play the same clip that I played for the guys earlier when we talked about this, because I just want you to get the same understanding that I have, or that we had. Lauren went on her Instagram and she did a whole little talk about it right here.
Y'all know I'm always trying to figure out why, because it made no sense. Like, y'all know Kendrick just dropped the new project or whatever. Drake was already getting dragged for looking like whatever on that stream. Drake's been just looking very soft. Like,
I'm Drake. This is XQC, real streaming legend. Me, I do music. In case you didn't know, I'm here. As you can see, fully intact, mind, body, and soul. In case you were wondering. Right?
Mind, body, and soul.
Mind, body, and soul. You need facts to take me out. Fairy tales won't do it. Cheers to everybody.
I don't know what it is about light skin right now. Maybe because it's the winter and he ain't got no tan. He's just really in his feelings. But he's been looking real crazy. And I felt like to do that back to back to back, the stream, you got new music that's supposed to drop from your artist. Why would you put yourself in that position? So I reached out. And I spoke to someone close to Drake's camp, and here's what they told me. The reason why Drake decided to move forward with this lawsuit was because he felt like the record label, which is supposed to be his record label too, and he makes them a lot of money. Y'all know Drake is a huge artist. He felt like they were using this song and funding money that he helps them make to bury him as an artist. And y'all are probably like, what the hell? Like, why would a record label want to bury somebody that's making the money? So what's been happening behind the scenes is that Drake has actually been in negotiations, from what I'm hearing, with the label. He was making, like, he had like a deal for like $4 million or something like that, but he was asking for $6 million now with his deal being over and then renegotiating. So basically, he felt like the label did everything that they could to make Kendrick Lamar's song the biggest song, this is all alleged, the biggest song, to basically disvalue him, so that now he's at a point where no label is going to want to give him more money than the deal that he just got, because he's having a hard time right now. He's not beating allegations because Kendrick's song and everything that Kendrick did is doing so well. He looks crazy. He doesn't have any new music out. The music that he did try and put out and all that, remember he put out that big file of all that like the videos and all that stuff. It went nowhere. Nothing right now is sticking from him but drama like this. So from what I was told, aside from a person, you know, close to his camp, was that the reason why he put this lawsuit out is because he felt like it was his only way to kind of, it's more about the label and not about Kendrick. Y'all know it's still going to look crazy, so it doesn't matter. But he basically wants the label to understand that he's going to fight. Like, he's asking for his money. He wants more money than what he was in the deal for prior to. And again, I was told that it was $4 million. Now he's asking for $6 million. But that's not what they're trying to do. So they're basically, in his opinion, and what he's alleging, is that the label's trying to corner him where he'll have to sign with them, because where else are you going to go if they're not going to give you more money than what we're already offering you?
So I'm going to play that. I mean, I played that, and then I'm going to play this one from Rory, where he talked about it as well.
I have no dog in this fight. I like Kendrick's music. I like Drake's music. I also think both of them have used bots via UMG, whether they knew it or not. What stood out to me in that paperwork was the accusation that UMG lowered their licensing rate by 30% for Not Like Us. Just a quick history lesson. How we even got to the value of what a stream is was based off Spotify and the 3 majors negotiating on what that value would be. What makes it even crazier is all 3 majors have actual stock and ownership within Spotify. That would be illegal in any other business in the world, but it's the music industry, so anything can fly. I'll get to the point that I worked at a major when Spotify went public, and they emailed all of us as employees and said, you cannot buy stock because that would be insider trading. Now imagine you're an artist and you know that the people that own your music plus the people that distribute your music, which is a whole separate tech company, are in cahoots to define what a dollar means within the music industry. And then you later find out that for one artist and one song, they devalued that dollar. You wouldn't have an issue with it?
So, to summarize all of that shit, Drake is suing Universal, but he's also negotiating with them right now for his contract. Last time he got paid $400 million. Now he wants $6 million. What he believes, which has yet to be proven true or not, is that UMG used this beef that they didn't start, but they just saw the opportunity to capitalize and devalue him and use the moment to make him look bad in the court of public opinion, to devalue his brand during negotiations so that they don't have to pay him top dollar. Now, the lawsuit that he put on them, he put 2 lawsuits. I forget what the second one was about. The first lawsuit, I believe, was this, and it's not a suit yet. It's not technically a suit. It's a suit, but they haven't started litigation or anything yet. They're talking about he wants Universal to bring all the receipts to the table so that they can prove or disprove that they were, in fact, giving Kendrick some sort of boost by devaluing the price of a license for the song. So if the license is typically $1 per stream, and they said, we'll let you play this motherfucker and all we want is 70 cents now, the companies that stream these songs will inevitably push them to be played more because they're going to make more off of the song.
Yep.
You know, and like I said, none of this has been proven to be true yet. That's what they're going to court for, because Drake is convinced that that's exactly what happened. UMG says, you suing the wrong person, dog. They say you need to be suing Kendrick because we ain't got shit to do with this.
And the second lawsuit was, I believe, for defamation.
For letting him put out the song.
Yeah, which was basically piggybacking off of the first lawsuit, basically saying, listen, not only did you all conspire against me to use, streaming bots or whatever to boost this music, but you also in doing that, you also brought forth or helped the defamation against me, which is basically calling me a pedophile. So you helped that by boosting, this particular record. And so, I mean, all the other stuff that she said, about him looking crazy and this, that, and the other. I mean, people said that after the rap battle anyway. He doesn't look any more crazy to me today than he did before. Him going against UMG is the big picture here for me. And it's real easy to say he looks crazy when you're in an echo chamber, right? Because you can go to one sector or corner or one side of the internet and everybody be like, oh my God, I ain't never seen Drake look like this. Drake looks soft. Drake look like this. Drake look like this. Drake is basically saying with this, I don't give a shit what y'all think I look like. I'm going at UMG head. They did me dirty. I got I'm in serious contract negotiations with them right now, and they trying to basically get one over on me. So, I mean, in that regard, because like he didn't sue Kendrick, he sued UMG, and so I don't know, man.
I think that's the worst idea. I think that's a worse idea than he might as well have sued Kendrick. He might have looked better because what I'm saying is that you're suing the wrong niggas.
Why you say that?
Because them niggas.
How do you sue Kendrick for giving somebody a deal?
No, I'm not saying he would have had a lawsuit with Kendrick.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that you were suing the wrong niggas to be playing with. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I got what you're saying.
Because them niggas is not like we look at it like it's just a bunch of white men in suit. No, them niggas is gangsters, and that's what I'm worried about for him.
Yeah, I mean, Mike. Edward brought it up in a group chat before. Like Mike went through the same thing. Like Mike went at UMG's head. This is Michael Jackson, the biggest pop star the world has ever seen.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, and so it's somewhere along those same lines for me, anyway. So, I mean. You can say he look crazy. You can say he looks soft. You can say this ain't hip hop. I think it's beyond that now. He basically said, "Yeah,
it's not about music. It's not about the music. It's about the music, but it's not. It's about the music, but it's not about.
Yeah, it's about the music, but it's not about the music. And I think he looked at it like because people, of course, they started saying, "Well, he's just doing this so that they won't play it." So that they won't be able to play Not Like Us at the Super Bowl.
That's not the reason why.
And I mean, if that's a byproduct of whatever I'm doing, then all right, great, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think that was the main focus of this lawsuit. I just don't. I don't feel that way.
Yeah, it ain't that. It ain't that. If he sues them and he wins, he doesn't care about what the culture say.
That's going to be the thing. The thing that everybody needs to pay attention to is whether or not something actually comes out of this, whether or not he's actually able to prove somehow that what he's saying is factual. That's where the shitstorm comes in, so to speak. Like you said, it hasn't gone to litigation yet. Right now, it's still petition, basically in petition form. He's petitioned for these documents. He's petitioned for the receipts or whatnot. So I think what's going to be really interesting is what happens if it comes out that what he said was true and they did all of that. Then we're going to see heads roll. I
had to leave. I walked away from my mic, but I didn't hear what you said pertaining to what I said about me being worried about him.
When you brought up that point, I was just saying that I brought up Edward's point when he made a point in the group saying Mike went through the same thing going at UMG
with Sony.
With Sony, he went through the whole, and that was worldwide. That's worldwide known. You know what I'm saying? That Mike had this disdain for Sony. He said it on the awards platform.
They battled. They was going to war for 20, 30 years.
Yeah. So, I mean, I look at it in that way, and A lot of people say that they had something to do with, people had certain people. I won't say Sony, but they said that some people had something to do with taking Mike out the game.
No, they definitely killed that boy. Infinity Gaming says defamation cases are some of the most difficult to win due to the First Amendment covering free speech and opinions, which he could say in his opinion Drake comes off as a pedophile, which is exactly what Ojo said earlier. He was saying, how are you going to prove that? He was like, where does the freedom of speech come in? And that's what I'm getting at. I mean, defamation is a thing, but it is hard to win because he has, and another thing that I think Drake needs to be careful with is that if there are skeletons in his closet, they're going to dig them up too. And what someone said, what Artemis Gordon said on Instagram, was that he made a whole speech. Matter of fact, fuck it, I ain't gonna paraphrase. Let's go find it.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Your closet better be squeaky clean if you're gonna go because they're gonna dig it up faster than Kendrick gonna do it.
So Artemis Gordon is this guy. He's like a mystery on Instagram. No one knows who he is, but he's been around. He's like a blogger. He's been around on the internet for a decade, and he clearly is some sort of insider, but nobody knows who he is. So here he is. He said, bro, if you or your people are reading this, it might be safe to say it's too late. I told you when and how to rise from the ashes months ago. Your behind the scenes tough guy BS, where your minions BS had an impact all the way here in Thailand that I wanted to address, but I was hoping you'd clean up that embarrassment first. But you covered that stench of rotten eggs with the 500-pound bag of monkey crap with these latest litigious stunts. You and I both know you are no SJW. If these legal assertions were coming from, let's say, Chuck D, Common, hell, I might even accept a yay or a cube, but you know, my DMs have been filled with comments such as, dude is really the guy that tells the teacher she forgot to collect the homework. He is in deep Karen mode. It's giving the nigger hit me, hit him, get him. And bruh asked for the fade, got beat up, and then called the police. This is all nasty work. Why don't you stop hiding and tell these folks what's really up? You feel UMG used the Kendrick situation to stagnate your momentum and put you in a position to where you can no longer call your shot money-wise and had to capitulate to their demands. You now are no longer the big dog. They reined you in, neutered you, and bruh, your gambling habits alone was going to put you under their thumb like Bruno is with MGM. This is your nigga wake-up call. I've given you plenty of advice as to how to move forward and save face, but you were scared to burn it down with dignity and integrity, so you chose this. When Cube single-handedly destroyed the tightly woven fabric of MWA as Jerry wanted legal action, did they sue? No. When Hove, Nas, and Prodigy would all go up against each other, did they take it to the courts when their diss records became popular? No. Kwame had a legit case in today's legal BS against Big. But did he have a lawyer attack? Hell no. So why would you turn your once bulletproof legacy into shit with legal actions you cannot come back from just because UMG played you? You're the boy, right? Nah, more like they boy. I hope you take care because this ain't going to end well. Diageo on 3. 1, 2, 3, Diageo. Now that last part is what I'm talking about. Diageo. The reason he said that is because Diddy is exactly where he is now because of what he did to Diageo. And that's why I'm saying, I hope he don't got skeletons in the closet because you going up against people this powerful, they're going to get them and bring them out for the world to see. Now, I don't know. Well, there's no evidence against Drake other than the videos that are all over the internet of him kissing underage girls or touching them and shit. But I don't know if that's exactly crossing a legal line or not. Why are you shaking your head?
I don't think that is. And like I said, those videos have been out there. And, when all that stuff came forward, people, when a song Not Like Us dropped, of course, internet sleuths did that internet sleuthing thing. So everybody everywhere was looking for his daughter. They was looking for videos of him, in precarious situations with underage, girls, the Millie Bobby Brown situation. All of that, it basically amounted to nothing. Like it basically, there was nothing concrete to find, basically. So the whole like I said, all the other stuff he said about, you look like this, you look like that. We beyond that now. Drake clearly don't give a fuck about how he looks. He don't care about, people like him calling him a Karen or how he look, he's beyond that. This ain't even about that now. Y'all call him whatever y'all want to call him.
But the question I have for you is, do you don't think this will have any bearing on his stature?
I don't think so, because you can go anywhere in the world and look at, take October, for example. Drake had 80 billion streams. He was only behind Taylor Swift.
No.
He's still the biggest rap artist out there.
No. I'm not talking about, see, we were talking about this earlier, and I'm not talking about the music that already exists. That's already music that is locked into our hearts and our homes. We already own those albums. We already dance to those songs, right?
Yeah.
But what's happening right now is Drake is having a huge, how do I say this? He's having trouble catching anything else on right now. He's put out like 7 songs this year. None of them has caught. He put out the 100 gigs. Lauren LaRosa said that. I don't know if she said that in the video I played. It didn't do anything.
She said
Yeah, that was just footage. That was just footage.
I mean, that was just, it wasn't.
I mean, I know what it was, but I'm saying.
I don't think we'll be able, because all of that, again, it's easy to say nothing caught. It's easy to say nothing was hot. Of course, nothing caught over, Kendrick, because Kendrick was just the fire was too hot. There was no amount of water that was going to put out that fire, no matter what Drake released.
Nope.
So I think you're not even going to be able to tell what Drake's career looks like going forward until he drops another solo project, where it's Drake. We have no insight on how that's going to look. You can think that, the boy lost his touch, or he down bad, or whatever. But those 80 billion streams mean something.
Yeah,
it means something. It means that people are still, granted, those are projects and, records that we've already heard, that we already have. They're already in our Serato. But the fact that they're already in our Serato and people are still listening to them still means that he's one of the biggest artists, only behind Taylor Swift in the world.
That's pretty much what I was saying as well. I'm like, he still has a rapport. I mean, even if it's at this particular time, it's looking like it's an 80-20 for Kendrick. People still remember times where it was flip-flopped, 80-20 Drake. And all he got to do is sit down, shut the fuck up.
But I'm not even talking about the battle, though. I'm not talking about the songs he put out against Kendrick.
No, I'm not talking about that either. I'm just saying.
No, I'm not responding to you. I'm responding to Derek. I had to leave, so my son is.
No. I wasn't talking about that either. I'm not talking about the songs he put out against Kendrick. I'm not talking about they battle, they beef. I was talking about Drake, the artist.
Oh,
I was saying going forward as an artist, we don't know what his career is going to look like until he drops a solo project, and then we get the reception from that. It's easy to say, oh, it looked like he done lost a step. It looked like he down bad because he released, what you say, he released 6 or 7 records this year.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I mean, I just don't think that it has had the impact that, like, say for instance, Brandon say it has had. Like, Brandon believes that his career could possibly be over. I just don't think that. I don't think that at all. Nothing has said that to me. Like I said, 80 billion streams means something. It means something. Whether he cannot put out a record ever again. And it's still, I'm still up there. You still gotta stand against them 80 billion streams. I'm only behind Taylor Swift. So I mean,
Infinity Gaming says, so would this case be considered civil, or would he claim a loss in revenue? He's claiming a loss in revenue. That's specifically what he's saying. And they're talking about billions.
Yeah. Yeah, he's claiming a lot.
I heard the number 2 billion. Infinity Gaming also said he would be better off coming at this from a business standpoint rather than a personal one.
I think that's what
this
is.
I would say him filing for the petition is the business standpoint.
This is a business standpoint. He's going after them.
I
don't know if you heard, Gerald, but it's about the music, but it's not about the music. It's not.
Actually, it's
Rory really laid it out. Rory really laid it out. Like, it made it like, why are you doing that one? Why are you dropping this stream down 30 cents? Why are you doing this? Why I mean, the breadcrumbs are there, but I just don't know if he's the right person to actually pick up those breadcrumbs. Because, like you said, what happens when they start digging into your life, which, like you said, they're going to do, and when they start digging up all them skeletons in that closet, are you squeaky clean enough to be able to survive it? I mean, or do you even care?
That's the question. That's the question. Is he to the point to where he like, I don't care, burn it all down?
He probably don't care.
My bad. Go ahead. What I was saying earlier, I wasn't necessarily talking about surface level, like worried about his career. I'm talking about they will kill this boy. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You're talking about going up against like. See, I hate to say this, but I'm gonna just be honest. It's like you going up against the Jewish mob. Like that's who run these labels, and like I ain't never seen nobody go at a label, especially on this scale, and it end well. So I'm saying fuck the beef and fuck his career going forward. I'm saying they will kill this nigga. That's what I'm talking about. And I don't know what this is gonna lead to or whatever. But he's suing. Like, he's not suing Lucien Grange. He's not suing Leroy Cohen. He's suing Universal Music Group. This is like the largest record label on the face of the earth. And they do not play fair, historically. They have ruined so many people's lives behind shit like this. Now, the only thing that I hope, is that because he's so rich and successful and visible, that it will somewhat insulate him. But Michael Jackson is all I have to say. And Michael Jackson, you can speculate all day long, but there's no doubt in my mind that they killed that man. Tommy Mottola was his arch nemesis, and a bunch of other motherfuckers. And they, all of those suits that came out against him about, the children and all of that shit was orchestrated, in my opinion, with research by these people. They were being paid to say these things, and a lot of them even came back and said, yeah, it wasn't true. Somebody told me to say that shit. I don't know what they're going to do to Drake, if they do anything, but legit worried about that, because these niggas.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean. So, I mean, that's what I say. I don't think we've ever seen anything like this.
I don't think so either.
At this level, which is, I don't know what's in his contract as far as him being obligated to them to put out projects or whatever. I don't know how this looks going forward. I have no idea. We are in a gray zone, and I absolutely agree that it's dangerous. He's treading in dangerous territory. You don't know, you just don't know the arms, the many arms that are attached to this monster that you're going up against. And maybe he don't care, but maybe he should.
Or maybe he's prepared and he knows what comes with it.
Maybe that,
maybe
like
so.
you said, maybe he has some type of installation. Maybe he don't. Maybe he knows something that we don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, he's probably ready. I mean,
it's definitely going to be interesting going forward. I don't think Drake is stupid. I don't think he's stupid. I think he's a calculated guy. So I think that he did this with a plan. Now, what the full fleshed out plan looks like, I'm not sure. But I don't think he's a dumb guy.
Yeah, he's not dumb. I think he's prepared. I don't think if he did the battle haphazardly or didn't respect Kendrick the way he should, I guarantee you, UMG is like 30 Kendricks. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he's suing like like you said, the biggest record company on the planet, with the most power. I guarantee you he's not just doing this like, I'm just gonna sue.
Like he don't know the gravity of it.
He fully is aware of the gravity. He's fully aware what comes with this.
Yeah.
What comes with this. And he knows. And I think, and like Derek, I think we said previously in the group chat, like, should he take some time off? I think some people said that he takes some time off.
That's what we talked about earlier.
I don't think he need to put some music out. Like, he need to drop an album. He need to put something out right now.
Though he been trying, like we were saying.
No, he need to just drop an album. Just see what happens. Just to move the conversation off of that. That shit happened, what, 6 months ago now?
Summertime.
Yeah.
That shit
Kendrick
finna be right.
moved
That shit
on,
finna
he
be.
recorded an album, dropped the album, now you're forming the Super Bowl in 2 months.
That shit finna
Now
be
we
rejuvenated
gotta
in 2
move.
months.
We gotta move. I guarantee you the guy Artemis Gordon, I guarantee you is that he said he probably gotta drop some music. I guarantee you in that conversation that was something he has to do. Just drop some music, bro. Like you got to make some fire. Like just make. I mean, I'm not saying shoot for God's plan, but you need to be shooting for something like, you know, what a time to be alive. Like something that's gonna make them dance, make them.
I'm a firm believer.
Yeah.
That good music can get any artist through anything, damn near. Because R. Kelly damn near did it, and so did Tory Lanez.
That boy ran off good music for a long time, didn't he? He was surviving off good music. He was running a gamut. He was
all the way up to the end.
Well, you said except for Tory Lanez?
No, I said even.
No, he said and Tory Lanez.
Well, it did. He's still in jail, but he made a class.
But I'm saying I'm just talking about the court of public opinion.
He'll be there for much longer.
I don't either.
I don't think he'll be there for much longer.
I don't either.
Years, they gonna overturn 10 years.
I cannot wait for the conversations that will come with that. I
cannot gonna
wait.
be that much
Do you
longer.
understand me?
Tory Lanez.
You think they're gonna overturn the 10 years? He ain't
I
gonna
think
be in
they are.
America
I
for
think
10
they
years.
are.
That nigga getting deported.
No,
they're already as far as the last thing I heard, as far as litigation goes, they're already starting to take a look at some things that they're saying that he didn't receive a fair trial. He didn't receive a fair. They've already judges have said this already. So it's not just.
I've heard that same thing too, but I thought they threw all that shit out.
No, I think it's going on right now. I think he's in the middle of it. Like I said, either way, I don't think he'll be locked up much longer. And even if they do deport him, all right, he's just gonna make fire his music over there.
Maybe I don't think Drake is. And the thing about it with all this, I don't think Drake is concerned with making music. To be honest,
I don't think he is right now. I don't think he's concerned with making music right now. I think he did say he got an album with Party coming out or something like that soon or something like that.
They said it's 80% done.
80%. I don't think he really cares about the music right now. I think he's trying to make a bigger point. And like I said, your fears about him, going against UMG, I agree. I mean, you messing with a monster. This monster has several heads. This ain't just
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and I'm concerned, on a very basic entry level to the war, they're gonna crush his numbers going forward, I believe, because they literally own a fifth of Spotify.
The streaming. Yeah.
And they, they got Universal Music Group is powerful.
Yeah.
So my thing is they're gonna probably sabotage this nigga going forward, even if he do drop music.
Yeah, but does that matter? I mean, his numbers will be dropped, but do you don't think his fan base is big enough to go find it? You don't think his fan base is big enough to like his fan base is way too large for, I think, even Universal
for him to be squashed.
That out. Fan base is too large. No disrespect, but this isn't like you're not doing like this isn't Currency. Like
Right.
Currency has a small segment of people that really fuck with him, right? If UMG decide to stomp Currency out, then the Currency will be, you know what I'm saying? But you're not doing that to Drake. Drake is probably the biggest artist ever in rap. When you think about it, he's the
You ain't
biggest
gotta think
artist
about it.
ever in rap.
You don't have to think about it. He is the biggest. You're right.
So they can take the twinkle off the star, but they can't remove the shine. You know what I'm saying? They can't. That star is still gonna glow. It may not have that little thing,
But that's why I'm saying, that's why I'm talking about death. Because you got to imagine they probably felt the same exact way about Michael Jackson. What is we going to do with this nigga? He been famous for 50 years. What we going to do? We going to not let him sell records? They had to kill him. It's like, in order to get rid of this problem, he has to die. Because what you going to do? People going to find Michael Jackson no matter where he is.
Yeah.
So they like, no, he got to go. And he's too powerful. This nigga owns half of Sony.
Right.
Yeah.
He owned half of their publishing before he died.
Yeah, but see, I've been seeing the thing about it. I don't know if Mike was prepared. I don't know if Mike realized.
I don't think he was either. Because he didn't move like these rappers move in terms of having security. I'm sure he had security, but in his later years, it sounded like he didn't have no security.
Yeah.
It sounded like he was just in the crib. And then you letting strange doctors into your staff? No, Mike, you should have had only motherfuckers you knew vetted through your family. It should be 15 walls of insulation between Mike and anyone.
Yeah.
It's too late now, though.
Especially with you going up on stage calling out Tommy Mottola. Like, you can't, like, bro, I get it. We appreciate the passion, but I would rather you have protected yourself, you know what I'm saying, and just move smarter about it. Because those are legendary moments, yes, but at what cost?
At what cost? And Prince met the same fate. A lot of people think, that his death wasn't a conspiracy, but I do. I do.
Definitely do. Same.
Yeah.
And they fought the same exact fight.
Same battle. Same battle.
He was trying to get his masters, wasn't he?
He might have had them shits. I don't know.
But Prince was suing. He said, "Fuck the masters. I want the bread because you don't cost me." And that's crazy. $2 billion.
And it's legit. I mean, not legit. What's the word? It's like that's feasible. It's believable.
Yeah.
Because Drake could definitely. He's like the Messi of the motherfucking rap world. He can make that kind of money. Let him announce the right kind of tour. He do a worldwide tour. And then usually when they do that that lost shit, they it's a projected over like 2 decades or a decade or something.
Yeah.
Easily nigga could easily make $2 billion. Easily.
It's gonna be interesting for sure going forward.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck about to happen over the next year or two.
Even if he wins, does he get that money?
You said what?
Even if he wins, does he get that money?
They gonna pay that nigga.
I mean, he'll probably get what? He'll probably get like 40 cents on the dollar or something like that. He'll probably get like, he wins for 2. He probably get like 1 point. He probably get like 800 million or something like that.
You ain't getting it. You ain't getting
802.
Yeah.
But he has to be be
It's about to be an interesting couple years.
It is. Gotta be. But I wonder, is he gonna drop music? Like, I'm here for the music. I want to hear the music. Like, I want to hear you be. I want to hear I'm upset, Drake. I want to hear that shit again. Like, I want to get back to that. Like, where is that at?
Before we get out of here, I do want to mention that earlier we were talking about. I'm trying to see if you can remember, Edward, or maybe you even you, Derek. Somebody was telling Drake that they should go independent, and I think it was Joe Budden.
I think it was too.
And they was basically saying you need to stop because you big enough. It was either Joe Budden or it was Steve Stout, and they was saying you could be independent, nigga, and you don't have to play these games, and you would be the biggest independent artist that ever existed.
Yep.
Because niggas are going to buy your music.
He don't need them.
And me and Ojo was talking about that earlier. I was saying I think him not going independent is indicative of just how much these artists rely on these labels for the machine because it's so much work they don't have to do. Now, yes, they take much less of the money that way, but the machine gets so much shit done while Drake is asleep.
The machine is the machine.
Like what?
Distribution, getting him all over the world.
Yeah,
what I'm
in position, hiring.
When you make money, I mean, when you make music and you release music, don't you just press a button and upload it to iTunes?
It's deeper than that because Coca-Cola advertise every day. You think it's people that don't know Coca-Cola exists? I mean, there's people in the world, but Coca-Cola is one of the biggest brands in the world. They still advertise every day. Visibility is important to any brand, right? A system like Universal, they could put Drake anywhere at the drop of a snap of a finger. Drake will be all over America if they decide to run a campaign that big. In order for
talking about relationships,
right? Exactly what I said because I'm like, you don't think Universal have connections in Best Buy, in the Target offices, in the Walmart offices, in whatever brand you could think of, McDonald's. So if they call McDonald's and say, hey, I want y'all to run a Happy Meal with a Drake toy, that should be done next week. And those are the things that these companies are able to do.
10 million to your bottom line. We need you to run
He can't do that.
Huh?
No, I'm not.
You think he can do that?
No, that's exactly.
No. We're not saying
he can't do it. It's
we're
about
not
how
saying
fast
he
it
can't
can get done.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying, I just looked it up, and he has 144 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah.
144. All he would have to do is send something to all 144 million people, I guess a small gift to, if you sign up for this website over here, basically do what Kanye was doing essentially, like just give him a small gift and make him only if you sign up for this Drake website where all my stuff is going to be here.
No, that's what I was about to say. I'm not saying Drake can't do it.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is specifically what I said was these artists rely on these labels because they don't have to do that because they don't want to.
Right.
Like Kanye's life is hard. You seen this nigga going crazy. You know why he going crazy? Because he working his motherfucking ass off.
Yeah, you got to work all the time. Yeah.
So Drake is like, nigga, I could just go to sleep and they gonna handle it.
You taking yourself out of easy mode.
Yeah.
You taking it off cruise control now.
And now you got to do, like, Russ is a prime example. Russ is an artist that's huge, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he's independent, or so they say. And he got to do all of his heavy lifting on his own, just like La Russell, just like Currency, like you mentioned. These are smaller scale artists. But Russ is more closer to a Drake.
Than he is.
But he's independent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does anybody know how much? I know we don't know the details of his contract, but does anybody have any idea of how much longer he's supposed to be under UMG contractually?
So he's coming out of it now, and he's about to renegotiate. I would imagine that deal is probably going to be for 5, 6, 7 years.
Right, which is part of the fight that he's fighting, because he's basically saying they try to devalue me as an artist
in the middle of negotiation,
so that they can get me to take a cheaper deal.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, this is like I said, we ain't never seen nothing like this. So
no, I think this is bigger than Mike. I mean, maybe not bigger than Mike, because Mike fucked Sony so bad, but this is bigger than I've seen probably anything we've seen since Mike.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the fuck is about to happen, but boy, I think that's it, man. Y'all got any finishing?
I think that's it. We did a quick 2 hours. Jesus Christ, time flies.
Time do be
It's
flying.
1:30.
Is it really? Wow. All right.
Y'all got any finishing thoughts? Anything you want to say?
The Kendrick album is amazing. I think his Super Bowl performance is going to be amazing as well.
You think he's gonna do Not Like Us?
I think it's getting played. I will say in some form or fashion, we will hear something from it. I don't know what. Maybe it might be a line,
a little snippet or something. Yeah,
I think some part is way too hot right now for him not to do something.
I was kind of thinking that he's not, and I think that's exactly why, because people are expecting him to, and Kendrick is weird enough to be like, I'm doing the exact opposite. You know?
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
I could definitely see that as well. I know y'all expected me to do it, but y'all ain't getting this, nigga. It's a Pimple Butterfly.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know if it's his call, to be honest with you.
What you mean? What you say?
If they're gonna let him get to say Drake.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna get that. They're not gonna let him do that. Maybe not even the NFL, but his powers that be.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think Kendrick. I think Kendrick is smart enough and intelligent enough and weird enough to figure out a way to get his shit off without having.
All you gotta do is drop the beat. All you gotta do is drop the beat. And
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like something very subtle, but just enough to where you know it is what it is. And I did this, and then he's gonna move on to something else.
No. I think you're gonna hear it. I think he's
gonna.
Yeah,
I think that's what I think so.
I think he might even walk out, like if it's smoke and shit and pyrotechnics. He's gonna walk out. He's gonna walk. But I just don't think you're gonna get to.
Yeah, I think some part of that will be played.
Yes, but you will not get that say Drake.
I can't see it. I I can see it from Red's point of view, which he basically said Kendrick he quirky like that to me. He like the type of, you don't know what I'm gonna do. I know y'all expected me to do this, and because everybody's expecting me to do this, no.
Yeah.
Bro, I will guarantee you he knocked out. He knocked out.
Yeah, we're gonna get out of here and let him get to bed.
I ain't sleep. I
just
heard everything.
I guarantee you he does not get to say Drake. I hear you like him young. I don't.
No, we can't. We can't. NFL, we can't let him say. We can't let him get to that on the stage.
Most of them beat
Roger Goodell gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on?" Yeah.
What's up with you trying to see Compton, and then it's gonna cut off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you go here, mustard. It's gonna be like that, and it's gonna go.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's gonna. Yeah, he gonna play the second half of TV off, and it's gonna go to. You know what I'm saying? No way, bro. Because to me, saying that would be a death knell on his career. To me, on the Super Bowl, 130 million people.
Right, it would make him look bad. You saying?
Young? I don't think so.
I see what you're saying.
I don't think so.
The families would instantly be turned off from him.
Yeah, I think people who are invested in Drake are working double time behind the scenes, triple time behind the scenes,
or at least worried. Like, is he gonna perform that? Making calls. Like, what's the set list?
That feed might get cut. I wouldn't be surprised if the feed might get cut. Nigga, the lights did get turned off at the Super Bowl one year. Do y'all remember that?
Hey, if I was Drake,
San Francisco was beating.
I would have called everybody into the office.
He'd be up in the rafters like Sam Fisher or a Snake or something.
Look, y'all worried about Drake. I need to worry about Kendrick. You worry about Kendrick. Nigga, the lights in the Super Bowl, it was the Ravens versus 49ers. The 49ers were beating the shit out the Ravens. Guess what? Cut them damn lights off for 35 minutes. The Ravens won, nigga.
Let's take y'all momentum. We need to kill this momentum.
Yeah, hey, take them lights out. Pop.
What year was this?
2012. Wait, what was that? When was that?
I don't know. I don't think I
knew
like
that. 2012 or something like that. 2011. It was like early 2010s, something like that.
It sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't know for sure.
But it was 30. Imagine 30 minutes, lights being out, just off. We just sitting there waiting for the game to start.
Was that Colin Kaepernick?
Yep, he was in that game.
Run?
Yep, he was in that
Super
game.
Bowl run year.
Yep, but they lost that. They were beating the shit out the Ravens.
Yeah,
beating
that was
their ass.
Super Bowl run year.
And then
I'm not mistaken.
Ravens beat their ass. That phone call was made. Just like this game that just happened a minute ago. Man, I swear, man, I think Vegas and people in positions of power have their thumb on all of this shit, bro. They really do. That's why anybody that be betting on FanDuel and betting on Prize Picks and be winning consistently, it's not real. It ain't real because they got all this shit like a script. It's all the script, and they change it based upon whatever's going on and based upon all the bets that's happening.
Y'all making any bets on the Super Bowl? Anybody?
Yeah, the Lions go win.
If the Lions go, I'm gonna put my money on them.
The Lions gonna win that bitch. No, they're the best team in the league. Hands like they're the best team in the league.
We know Ojo. We know Ojo betting on the Lions.
He can't. No, did y'all watch the game yesterday?
I did.
Did y'all watch the game?
Yeah, it was on at my mom's house. I wasn't in there watching it, but I heard. I just heard everybody be like, "Yeah!" Like it went. Like I heard everybody going crazy.
The Bears fired their coach today.
Yeah,
I know.
We were talking about that earlier.
Fuck out of there! Like, oh,
I mean,
that's what happened. You fucking up, and then you doubling down and not apologize. Oh yeah, get your goofy ass out of here, big dog. Clean your. He went to the facility the next morning, pulled the door, and did not move. Like, wait a minute.
Like the card 15 times. Hey, what's going on with my card?
Yeah, he said, denied. What the fuck? Denied. Hey, he pressed the button, press the call button, beep. Hey, I can't get in. Hey, nigga, yo, we bringing your shit down.
Like,
Brandon said something
right there to talk to you. Stay right there.
Yeah,
Brandon said in the press conference, he said, "I don't think I'll have a job next week," and then got fired the same day.
Yep. Power in words. You probably shouldn't have said that shit. You probably should have said that shit. But if you looked at him, he looked like a deer in the headlights. He looked like a deer in the headlights when it happened. If you go watch it, he looked like a deer in the headlights.
Hey, they on HBO thing too this year. You know what I'm talking about? That
the in season Hard Knocks.
Yeah, they on Hard Knocks.
Oh my god! So I don't know if y'all know. Basically, when you suck, the NFL makes you take a camera crew follow along with you during the off season and preseason.
What?
So so the Bears, right? The Bears were bad last year. So the NFL stuck a camera crew with them to go into the facility, watch them do anything they do, watch their draft process. It's light stuff, right? Watch their draft process, watch their training camp, their preseason games, they do all that stuff. And it's called Hard Knocks. It's in-season Hard Knocks and it's off-season Hard Knocks. The main show is off-season Hard Knocks. But they follow them around. So right now, the Bears are the in-season Hard Knocks. Nigga, they coach just got fired. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's pretty brilliant. That's pretty brilliant TV programming right there. I like that idea.
You should watch it. The Lions was on it a couple years ago.
I got to check that out. That's dope. It's like every season it'd be a different team down there. But
it's been going on for how long? What, like it's been like 10 years now.
It's been a while.
Oh wow, I never heard of that shit before, dog. But I wish you were here for the discussion we had about the NFL and their viewership versus the NBA. We'll talk about it another time because I don't want to get too much longer on this episode. But yeah, I appreciate y'all, man. If you're still watching this shit, please hit the like, hit the subscribe for me. We got to beat this algorithm so we can all feed our kids efficiently. You know what I mean? Appreciate you guys, Ojo, D, Edward, Brandon, even though he had to dip early, all that shit.
Infinity Gaming.
Yes, sir. Infinity Gaming, man. Holla at me, brother.